Former MP Dr. Einat Wilf is joining us from Israel right now, joining us from Tel Aviv. Thank you so much for your time. We sincerely hope that you, your loved ones, your family members are safe right now. But my first question to you is something that we've been seeing over the last few days. And that is with, many across the world, in fact, even here in India, with some people coming out and saying that this is really about the right of the Palestinians to self-determination. What would your message be to all of those people who, in fact, are sympathizing with Palestine at this point in time now, saying that Hamas and Palestinians aren't really synonymous? You have to look at them differently.
Unfortunately, Hamas represents quite accurately what the Palestinians want. The Palestinians have never, not for the last century, ever struggled for freedom or self-determination or statehood. Anyone who knows even a little bit of history knows they could have had all of those things multiple times. I know that people want to believe that the Palestinians are a people following for a clear, rational goal that we can understand, like a state or independence. But to the credit of Palestinians, and Hamas represents their goals, they have made it clear for over a century that their absolute top priority is for the Jews not to have a state in any part of the land, in any borders. This is what they have been fighting for over a century. This is why they have never said yes to a state of their own if it meant that the Jews would also have their state. And yesterday we saw exactly what the Palestinian goal is, given the chance. Israel has did its utmost for decades to prevent Palestinians from acting on what they want to do. But yesterday we saw what it looks like when they get the chance to do what they want. And any notion that Hamas somehow does not represent what the Palestinians want is a form of self-delusion.
I also want to ask you, and I'm just, putting these questions to you from the point of view of many who are saying, or rather speaking, in the defense of what really happened beginning Saturday early morning. A lot is being said about how this is also, misinformation, given that Israel too has been extremely difficult vis-a-vis, the rights of Palestinians, and have been, there have been atrocities unleashed by Israel on those people who are living in Gaza, essentially. But this is something that the media would never report on, and the media would never show, because it doesn't suit them. This narrative does not suit them, particularly because the West is backing Israel. What do you have to say about that?
That is absolutely untrue and exactly the opposite. Everyone who looks, so many people who look at this conflict reverse cause and effect. The cause of the conflict is and has always been the Palestinian desire for there to be no Jewish state. That has been the cause. This is why at every juncture, when they could have had their state, they always said no. They always walked away. They could have made Gaza, when Israel retreated from it, into a blooming, prosperous example of what it looks like when Palestinians have a state and self-determination. But that's not what they want. We finally have to give them the respect of listening to what they're saying. And they've been saying that clearly, consistently, in words, in actions, in key decisions for over a century. The Jews have no right to a state anywhere in the land. This is why they didn't want to turn Gaza into a state next to Israel. They wanted to turn Gaza, and they did, into a launching pad from which to take Israel, which in their mind is theirs and should not exist as a sovereign state of the Jewish people. Start listening to them. They have been very clear about what their goal is.